Hello, how is everybody? Good, I hope. I'm doing great. It is a beautiful day out here. I am having an emotional day so far. I don't know why. It's not sad, it's more of watching some inspirational things that just got me in my feels. For one, Mondays is always Midlife Stockman Day, and Sean is such an amazing person, and watching his videos are a tremendous positive vibe. I still encourage all of you to just go check out his channel. His personality is wonderful. It makes me want to cry just thinking about it because he is an amazing person. He just reached 3,000 or 300,000 subscribers, and I've been watching him since he had hardly any. And that is what will happen in your life when you help other people and you just emulate positivity from his head to his toes. And you could tell that he is a great father and husband. He talks about having a date night with his wife. I believe he has 3 kids, but he always makes time for them and time for the community, and people not only follow him and give him that energetic support, but they buy him things like the tools that he needs if he comes across a project and he needs things. It's just amazing how the very next week in his video he'll talk about how he got it mailed to his P.O. box. It's amazing though, but he is a great example. I am back over in my normal spot because most of the people from Labor Day weekend have left, and although I love people, being an empath and having all of that energy around you at one time is overwhelming. It has taken me years to not be a sponge and absorb everything around me, to recognize what is mine and what is not mine. But when there are so many people, say you go to an event, like say Riverbend, we used to have Riverbend, it's not a thing anymore, but in Chattanooga it was a concert series that lasted like a week by the river, and I love live music, so I would always push myself to go out and eat food or be with friends and be in that atmosphere to listen to the music, because your pen or your band or whatever you bought would last all week. So whoever was coming, and I like all kinds of music, it doesn't even really matter. I love being in the atmosphere, but you would get to see all of those artists all week for that one base price. So as long as you were willing to go out and brave the crowd, you got a big bang for your buck. Now this was back in the day. It dwindled, definitely became obsolete, and I don't know if they'll be able to revive that or not, but it used to be my thing. But anyway, being in that large group of people, I would have to weigh my options on who I was going to go see or meet or what I wanted to eat or whatever, because all of that energy in one place can be very overwhelming, and people are still out here having fun, but it is nothing like what it was Friday and Saturday and Sunday. But not coming out here and being in the crowd, you can't really get away from it. Riverbend is a few hours and then you get to go home, but being out here and you're staying out here, it is a lot different because you can't really separate yourself from it as much. You can go places, but you come back, and I found myself, it rained quite a bit, so I found myself shutting myself up in my car and doing my own thing. Like, being a only child for the majority of my childhood has really come in handy during times like that, because being in my car and listening to music and journaling and snacking or whatever, it reminded me of my childhood a lot, where I used to be alone and entertain myself and just for hours in my room. So another tab loaded that I have been able to pull strength from, because I thrived in that situation, and it helps for me to be able to be familiar with that situation now, and feel comfortable in it when I have to be, when I want to get out of the rain, or I want to get get away from all of the energy that surrounds me. I've also found that a lot of people here, now that I've ventured out, I go for walks every day. A lot of people here, excluding the weekends, now the weekends definitely are campers coming here for sort of a in-town vacation. And then some retired people, they'll come here for weeks at a time. And then also retired people come here and live for months at a time, if not year round. But on my walks and just coming out of my shell a little bit and meeting people, I will see that there's a lot of people here that have been in different situations, like myself, being that either they own a camper and they're going through a divorce, or they have to make that their living space temporarily, or they got evicted from their home and they lived in their car for a few months, and then they got enough money to buy a camper, and then they live here now. Just having a lot of different conversations with people, opening myself up to finding out that a lot of people that are here are not here to just camp. They are camping, but they came here because life circumstances led them here, and this is where they have thrived, and they have found comfort and solace in this place. And then after that life experience was over, they chose to stay here, or they're just making the best of their bad situation here, much like myself. So a lot of people are here for many different reasons, and I have found that in getting to know them, it's very, very interesting to learn about the different reasons how people have come to float through here or to stay here. But now that people are leaving and I'm back over in my spot, it just feels so great, and the wind is blowing for a couple of days, and you would think that the rain coming through, that the wind would have picked up with the weather, but not until right before it was about to rain or storm did that happen. But today it is beautiful. I would say it's probably in the 70s, and the wind is just blowing nonstop. It feels amazing. There's only a couple of people here beside me. Most people have left from camping, and they're out just enjoying their day on the water, as you hear the jet skis and boats and stuff behind me. It just feels so much better. It's a lot less energy around me, and I can breathe again and not feel like I need to close myself off or take breaks from the crowds because they're gone. It feels great. I want to say thank you so much to a new friend of mine that had donated some money and has making it possible for me to schedule a visit that I have to pay for supervision to be able to see my son. And I am so excited. I've already reached out to the place to schedule a visit when they come back in the office after the holidays. I am so grateful for that. Also, they told me about support that I have that I don't even know about, and I know that there's people out there that support me that I haven't met yet, but it was wonderful to hear about the confirmation of that in the message that I received from this person. I want to thank you guys so much because I put everything out there. I put everything out there to let you guys know about my story. I want to encourage all of you and let you know that I love unconditionally as far as everyone out there. I want the best for everyone, even if you've done me wrong and I don't want to be close to you anymore. I still want the best for you. I want you to be able to turn your life around and start off on a good foot. It doesn't have to be the way that you've lived previously forever. I want to encourage everyone to draw strength from me in my situation, and I want to let all of you know that God has you. God has you. Please trust in Him and have faith in Him, and also that there are good people in the world still. There are such good people in the world still. They may not be out there advertising it, but Real recognize real. And when you know that someone is being genuine and authentic, you see that and you want to reach out and to help people like that. I cannot wait to be able to have the resources to help other people in situations like mine. People that just need a helping hand to get back on their feet again. You know they're going to do good things. You know that they're doing the best that they can. They just need a little help. And I'm so happy that people are seeing that in me, because what I don't understand how mean-spirited, low-vibing people would be able to make it believable that someone, like, I'm camping. I stayed in a hotel for months. I was locked out illegally of the home that I was staying in. I had false allegations submitted to CPS about me, and I have done everything that the courts asked me to do. The proof is in the pudding. The petition was dismissed. I took a psych evaluation that I passed. I did not want to stay in a hotel. I may not always want to be camping, but I am making the best out of a bad situation, and I am moving forward with everything that I have to work on reuniting myself with my son. What is there for me to gain by going through all of these motions and pushing through and praying for courage and strength and guidance from the Lord? What would be in my motivation for jumping through all of these hoops and putting one foot in front of the other and keeping moving no matter how hard it is or how hurtful it's been? What do I have to gain from being just a survivor, from being resilient, from being persistent, to being faithful and obedient in my walk with the Lord? What in the world would I have to gain from not seeing my son and missing him terribly for months? Months. There's nothing to gain from that at all, except for that I'm doing everything possible in my wheelhouse, in my tool belt, to use to bring myself up out of this situation. I am extremely faithful that the Lord has me and that He has gone ahead and He has paved the way. But I am so happy that people are seeing it for what it is. Now, it is not my goal, it's not my focus to persuade people or to influence them as far as my character goes. I don't care what anybody thinks. I live by example. I am living proof that anyone and everyone out there that has the will and they can pray for whatever they need from God, whatever you need. If you need strength, pray for strength. If you need guidance, pray for guidance. If you need courage, confidence, temperance, patience, these are things that I pray for daily and that I have been praying for since the beginning, and God has given me all of that and more, way more, way more. He has not let tyranny gain a foothold here, even though it has tried as hard as it possibly can. Even people that have been sent to me to mislead me or, get me into a false relationship or to come in and hurt me more. It was strangers that have reached out under false pretenses, names or ulterior motives, what have you. I am fully aware that I have danced with the devil many, many times. I recognize it. I know it for what it is. I don't run from it anymore. I'll call it out. I'll set boundaries when I need to. But often, I want people to experience my pure, genuine, authentic self. Now that I have fired any kind of representative that I may have ever had in my life, as far as breaking away from conditioning that I was taught to adhere to, as far as, community, family, church, education, indoctrinations. I have been a phoenix rising from the ashes. I have lit myself on fire to break away from all those things that no longer served me, to be this best positive shining example. And I continue to pray for that and work on being a better person, the best person that I can be, for myself, for my son, for an example to others. I want people, even with the worst intentions, to experience who I am and what I stand for, and how I was able to pull myself up regardless of what's happened to me, and not be a victim, be a survivor, and let them know that they can turn anything that they're going through into something better, and that it can't rain forever. It cannot rain forever. So you just keep doing what you need to do until God says it's time, that it's over, and there's a new season for you. So anyone that has come to me with negative intentions, I want them to experience the positivity that I have inside of me, the high vibrational person that I am, and let them know that no matter what their intentions were, I see you. I see you. I saw you coming. I recognize it for what it is. But guess what? Look at who I am. Experience this for a minute and let me know. Does it not feel good to be around somebody that's like that? Somebody that's not going to let you bring them down, that's not going to let life bring them down, that's not going to let the devil bring them down, that's not going to let any kind of tactics or attacks or manipulation bring them down. I'm not going to let it, and neither do you have to let it do that to you. And even if you come to me with negative intentions, you're going to like me. Like it or not, you're going to like me. I'm going to motivate you. I am going to show you positivity. I'm going to show you love. I am going to extend myself to you, even just a little bit, just so that you could see that you don't have to live life the way that you're living it. You don't have to be associated to the people that you're associated with that are low vibrational. You can turn your life around, and it is never too late to start following God. It is never too late to be a better person or to live your life right. It is never too late. I don't care how old you are, how stuck in a rut you are, how long you've been rolling around in the mud. It is never too late to turn that around. And if I can extend myself to you just a little bit, not go down that road with you, but just to show you what it's like on the other side, what it's like in the light, then my job is done. Okay? My job is done. We don't have to be friends. You don't have to keep in touch and tell me how you started making changes or how your life changed. I don't expect any help from you in return. We don't ever have to see each other or speak again, but I am going to show you what it can be like, and try to motivate you or make you think about things differently. Like when you go to counseling, sometimes it's good to talk to a third party because they're outside of the situation, and you may be clouded and you may be spiraling. You may not see a way out, but someone who is not struggling with the stressors or the people or the relationships or the situation that you're in, they can look at it from a clear-headed, positive standpoint and have a completely different outlook, because they're not struggling, they're not stuck. They might be in their own situations, but not where you are. So they can see things totally different and have a brand new perspective to share with you. And that's what I want to do to other people. I want to share a different perspective on your life to you, your situation to you. Don't even think about me. Don't even think about what I'm going through. Me and God got that. Okay, me and God got that. And if He wants to send strangers to help me, He will send strangers to help me. If He wants to put an opportunity or a different direction in my path, then He will. And I pray for that daily. And I'm so grateful for any kind of help I've received, for any kind of opportunity I've received, for everything that He has provided for me. I am super grateful. But if you come to me, if you enter the chat, I might have to expose you if you try to do me harm. I'm not going to fall in your trap, but I will try to be a great positive example for you and try to be optimistic about your situation if you choose to share things with me, in order to help you move forward and to get yourself out of that negativity, to help you to separate yourself from the people, places, and things that no longer serve you too. Not just by the videos, but in person, people I come in contact with every day. And if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. I can tell. I have great discernment. Believe it or not, I'm not Not kidding. I'm not playing around here. I have prayed for it. I have sharpened that muscle. It is, it's a great strength of mine. And I've joked when I've called it a superpower, but it really is supernatural. It's phenomenal. Um, just like any other skill that you use and you sharpen. Discernment is one of the greatest tools that I have, and you all have it. You just have to pray for it and sharpen it, strengthen that muscle every single day, every single encounter that you have. But if you enter my life and you already know about my situation, I can tell. I can tell, just like my son can tell when people try to manipulate him into thinking that his mom's a bad person, or that he doesn't really know her, or try to skew his view on what's going on. He knows. He can feel it. I feel your vibes. He's told me a long time ago, before any of this ever even started, that he can tell when someone is bad, sometimes before he even meets them. So I know he is way more intuitive than me, because I can't do that. Sometimes I'll have bad vibes and negative feelings about a situation, but I can't pinpoint it as I own it like that minuscule and break it down like that, like he does. So I know that he is, and he's told me about it. Even in front of the DCS worker, he's told me that he knows who's trying to manipulate him. I've taught him what love bombs is. Like, he knows. But when I meet people, I may have to be around them for a little while. I may have to ask them a few questions. I'll pray for God to loosen their tongue. They will tell on themselves. I'll feel the vibes. I'll crack the code. My son can do it way better than I can, but I could definitely do it. So if you come to me with negative intentions, I know already. After I spend a little bit of time with you, and sometimes I'll do it just to expose you to my positivity and my optimism, and you will love me even if you don't want to. I will be able to tell whether you know about me or not. However, you might try to bump into me, or you might try to come to me with a strategy or some kind of scheme. I know when you know me already. I can tell by the look on your face. I have had two people, one being a judge, one being a former boss, that knew who I was before I met them, and I could tell immediately that they were familiar with me by the way that they received me, and the look on their face, and how they just, all of their nuances and how they acted. I knew already. But it doesn't stop me from dancing with the devil. Because no matter what you try to bring to me, even if you think that I'm falling for it, I'm not. I'm just exposing you to something that you didn't know that you needed already. Something that I have and you have already, but I'm trying to bring it up out of you. I'm trying to expose you to it again so that it refreshes you. It comes over you. You remember that feeling of, it could be something that when you were a child, I don't know, it will help remind you of something. It's your light. It's the light that you have inside of you that you haven't used for a while, or you may not use it all of the time, but I am sparking that. I'm igniting that. I'm reminding you that it's there and you can use it. That's what God wants you to do. I am fully in a walk with God. I am fully pulling from my light and shining it every single day, all the time. I live my complete life on being intuitively guided by the divine. So that's my whole existence right now. So if I come into contact with you, I am going to shine a light on you and your situation and whatever you're going through, to help pull just the tiniest bit of this out of you so that you can capitalize on that and gain momentum moving forward in your life with it every single day from here on out. And I hope it strikes a chord in you and it lights up like just wildfire. It just takes flight, and you can do what I'm doing too, even if you're not in the same situation, even if you didn't think that you needed to change anything. It's going to shine a light on it, and you are going to see things in a totally different perspective. And look up Dark Night of the Soul. I have a video on that that's private, but Dark Night of the Soul is when you do your shadow work. You're basically learning how a lot of things in your life, maybe even everything in your life, has had everything to do with your decisions, toxic behaviors, how you have gone down the wrong path, how you've been negative, how things have been your fault. And if they haven't been your fault, then how you reacted to it was your fault. Or how, you need to forgive yourself for not knowing any better. This is the things that you were taught. Or you need to forgive others because they did things to you because of what they were taught. Or they may have had dealings with the devil in one way or another. Spiritual warfare is very real. As above, so below. Look that up too. Things have to manifest in the spiritual before they come to fruition in the 3D. They have to take place by God first. God has to ordain that. Things that God has ordained in the spiritual will manifest in the physical after that, but it has to happen up there first. It has to happen in the godly, in God's space, the God conscious. It has to happen there first, and then it will manifest in the physical. So everything that's coming to you, if you've put in the work and God says, okay, I think you deserve that, your dharma. Or if you have bad karma and you've continued to dig yourself a rut by doing harm to other people and not being a positive person, being comfortable in those low vibes, karma will come to fruition for you. It will manifest in the physical. But as above, so below. It will happen if God says it's supposed to happen, and then it will come into your life. So what you put out there definitely comes back to you. And if you start to realize that you can do the work and you can bring positive things into your life by the way that you live and how you treat others, then hopefully you'll start to do that. I want you to be a believer. I want to be that example that shows you, because what God is about to do in my life is going to make everyone want to do that. It's going to make everyone want to do that because I am living proof. I am going to be a billboard, the poster child, what have you, for how you can be stomped down. This is what people will want, for you to be stomped down into the dirt with their lies and their narratives and their motives for them to have a come up off of your demise or whatever, whatever your situation is. And just like Maya Angelou says, I will rise. You may try to, I don't want to mess up the quote, but you may try to, she says, I'll have to put it in the description box, but still I rise. I have a bracelet with on that. You may, try as hard as you can to stomp me down into the dirt, but I'll still rise. So I want you to still rise no matter what. And I'm going to show you guys that with God's help, you can rise. You can still rise. No ceilings. We're going to keep going up from here. It is beautiful. It can be heaven on earth if you allow it to be. If you decide to shed yourself from all that pain and conditioning and that trauma, life here can be beautiful. You don't have to wait till you die. It is what you make it. It's a choice every day to be happy and to find joy. So my time is almost out. I need to delete some things from my phone, but this is my check-in for today. Please keep liking, sharing, subscribing. Only comment on my post if you're positive. That's what we're doing over here. I love you guys. God loves you, and you're never alone. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.